The greatest console in my... Wait a minute. That's a scratching post. That's because the recent generation of kids think the Nintendo 64 is as cool as a scratching post. The Nintendo 64 was sold in June 23rd, 1996 for Japan, 29th of September in North America. Units sold were more than 30 million worldwide. Although I still don't understand their fixation with the number 64. Donkey Kong 64, Nintendo 64, Kirby 64, they put the 64 in everything. I'm starting to think it's a conspiracy. 4 slots. You just plug it in with a wired controller. Wired. Although, based on pretty much what we see nowadays, you got the start button, directional pad, 1 thumbstick, the green, blue, yellow buttons, the triggers, even not a battery pack. I'm totally confusing myself right now. There's a Game Boy pack that you could buy separately, where you actually placed your Game Boy game in the back, could play it with the controller on your television on the Nintendo. That was revolutionary. That blows my mind. You kids don't even care. Here's a quick comparison between the Xbox 360 controller and the Nintendo 64 controller. Xbox is much heavier, although it had a battery pack because the Nintendo controller was wired. But you want to be cool? Hook up the gold controller. Then you're bling, you're fancy, you're rich. You bring your friends over, you make them use the green one, you use the gold one. Why? Because you're in control. It's your console, nobody cares. You can do what you want with it. The controllers were all the same, came in different colors regarding to how you bought it, or which colors the console was sold in. I purchased the green one. There are also all the games. These are the days of cartridges. This is not a disc console. I love this. The cartridge games are they're just the best games. I love them. The Nintendo 64 games were the best games. They had fabulous stories, minimum bugs, excellent gameplay. It was just a lot of fun. Most of them were child-friendly. Face of Mario, Mario Party, Donkey Kong. Nintendo 64 was more of a child's console. There were some M-rated games, but not many, and the ones that were out were not great. But if you had the kit, you were set. Time to get your N64, hook in this big weird block, get this other cord, set it in the back if you're putting it in right side up, plug that in, not gonna reach, hang it off the table, it's a monster, it doesn't care. Plug in your controller, the controller of your choice with the color you want for that day, put your game in the Nintendo, turn it on, check for the red light, and then do the traditional thing.